well. They have a lot of different investments all around the country.
We are live on YouTube.
In London, very famous music venue. These guys own the land of the O2.
Guys, if you are wondering that where we are here at
surprisingly,
UK,
around 10 to 15%
Cambridge,
of all of the plots of
and
land.
Asad Bhai and Musa Bhai is here.
Whenever you guys do
और
shopping
ये
in
जो है
Tesco,
वो
you'll have a 1 in 10 chance of being on Trinity's their own land. And all of these investments, plus many more, puts their estimated net worth between 2 and 3 billion pounds. So very, very good stand here.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you? कैसे हाल हवाल है कैम्ब्रिज है
We do have crocodiles on the river as well. Keep an eye out. If you see any crocodiles, you need to let me know.
We do have crocodiles in the
Sometimes when the trees fall in the river,
आवाज आ रही थी आप लोगों को प्लीज जरा बता दें
रास्ता किए नहीं कभी है राइट प्लेस के लिए राइट पर्सन होना चाहिए आप पहले आए हैं 3 दफा कहाँ का रास्ता करके आते हैं
चलें बेहतर है अभी अच्छे बेहतर मौके पे आ गए
विंटर में आप आ गए ये समर में सोचता है मतलब तो इस टाइम क्या दे रहा था आप विजिट नहीं कर सकते Over on my left hand side here we have Clare College. This is the oldest college on the river, second oldest college across the whole university. It's nearly 700 years old. It gets its name from Elizabeth Clare, who took over the college in 1338. Very, very wealthy old lady.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम रहमतुल्लाह
RIP the King's College की पिक्चर बनाओ
क्या हाल चाल है ठीक ठाक हैं
Very important lady. Without her, the college wouldn't be standing.
ये जनाब कैम्ब्रिज हम इस टाइम पंटिंग कर रहे थे तो सोचा आपको शरीक महफिल किया जाए बड़ा एक लाइफ टाइम एक्सपीरियंस था क्यों तला भाई जी बिल्कुल लोग पूछ रहे हैं कहाँ घूम रहे हैं कैम्ब्रिज जहाँ ऐसे कोई 60-70 साल पहले 70-78 साल पहले कहा जाता तो हम इकबाल हो गए थे उन्होंने नहीं बताया था हमें कि यहाँ जाना है ये चेक करेंगे We're now here at the most famous college in Cambridge, Newton का college है This college is King's College. King's College. Big building on my left hand side. Amazing यार amazing.
College chapel, by far the most famous building in the city. It's also the second largest chapel in the world. Only the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican City is larger. This one here dates back to 1446.
Wow. Clip बना ले but I'm like
Henry VIII. Spent a lot of money investing in the college, but it took nearly 100 years for King's College Chapel to be built. This is because there was a war going on during this time in England called the War of the Roses, so we couldn't afford to pay for the college and the war. We had to wait a very long time, but now it's here, I'm sure you guys can agree, it's definitely worth it.
हाँ
Whereabouts in China are you from? Oh, okay, nice, very good. Did you guys all grow up in China? Or were you children in China, or did you come here when you were young? Grow up in China, well then perfect. This bridge here is very famous. You guys know, there we go, okay. There's a famous poet called Seymour. Sorry, how do you guys say it? Seymour, is that okay?
रिकॉर्ड में लाइव हूँ लोग देख रहे हैं
Very famous Chinese poet. poet. He wrote a poem that's taught in school in China, I believe, all about his love of Cambridge. He wrote this poem on
गाइड आवाज़ आ रही है आपको?
we call it Kingsbridge.
ये जो गाइड बता रहे हैं इसकी आवाज़ आ रही है?
As well. Yes, there we go, comes out. They're a very famous bridge for our Chinese tradition.
कुछ आ रही है, चलें यार, मेरी आ रही है ना गाइड की, अगर थोड़ी है तो हम ही आपसे कुछ कर लेते हैं। ये आई थिंक ये वाली नई बिल्डिंग है, ये इसी पंटिंग में जो है वो सारी की सारी उन्होंने जगह हमें विज़िट करवानी है। अल्लामा इकबाल का जो थी वो हमें देखने का था थोड़ा सा, न्यूटन की जो तो जहाँ पे उसने वो ग्रेविटेशन फोर्स दरियाफ्त की थी, न्यूटन ट्री, वो भी इधर ही है। चलो अभी आपने नहीं कारनामा नाम दिया कोई?
नहीं, अभी देंगे।
अभी कब दे रहे हैं यार, जल्दी दें। वो आपका कॉल
पूरी हो जाएगी।
बासिल देख रहा है, उसको मैंने बताया, तला को मैंने बताया कि बासिल ने आपका कॉलेज जरिए मुझे बताया था। ये तला भैया जनाब, ये इनको जब कोई कुछ कहता है कि यार ये करें वो करें, तो कहते थे यार मेरी जैसे नींद बुगी होगी ना, उसमें बड़े बड़े काम। सलमान साहब इंग्लैंड है।
The first building that we see at Queen's College is, in my opinion, the ugliest. This building on my left-hand side here. Not this one directly, but the one just further down. Yes, this one on my left. I hate this building. I think it's the ugliest in the whole of Cambridge. It's really not a very good one. It's called the Erasmus Building, built in the 1960s by a man called Basil Spence. He was told by Queen's College to make sure that his new structure blended in with the rest around him. Most people thought he failed this part, so he claimed that he done his job to perfection. He said it looked like a cluster. The bottom floor of the building is red brick vertical pillars. In his imagination, these are tree trunks.
चलो भाई तुम भी ये गाइड बन जाओ यार।
मैं भी सोच रहा कह रहे सन भाई, मैं क्या अगर कुछ ना ਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੇ ਪੰਟਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਆ ਮਤਲਬ ਆਪਣੀ ਇੱਕ ਬੋਰਡ ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੁੰਦੀ गाइड ਤੇ ਬਣਿਆ ਤੇ बड़ा बिजनेस है ये। हां वही ना।
बड़ा चला भाई, मैंने 2 हफ्ते लगा के आपने इंग्लिश की प्रैक्टिस की, आपने 2 दिन के अंदर बड़ा कर दिया।
Mathematics very badly. He was the only architect in all of Cambridge.
जी नैनो जी बिल्कुल ठीक कह रहे हैं, ट्रैवल करना चाहिए, दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। इसके आके तफसील से आपसे बात करेंगे। टॉमी रॉबिन्सन का पॉडकास्ट नहीं, उसका कुछ और होने वाला है, वो मैं कह नहीं सकता, इनके मुल्क में हूँ तो
Foundations from change in any way. You can't actually get rid of it. They just pasted it about. It looks a bit nicer than it used to, but still not very much. You might be standing.
Bro, I am live with you.
Hello.
I think, yeah, no, exactly.
I am live on my YouTube channel, and 100 of people are watching you from Pakistan.
Coming up just ahead of us here, we have a very famous bridge in Cambridge called the It gets its name, mathematical, from a story that we used to tell on the River Thames Park. The story was designed by Sir Isaac Newton himself.
लो जी आइजैक न्यूटन का।
That's been made up by previous tour guides to make the bridge sound more interesting. The story goes that it was designed without using any nuts, bolts and screws. That's why it was called mathematical. But this unfortunately wasn't true. And Newton himself was actually not involved in the construction of the bridge. It was, however, his student instead, a man called William Etheridge, who designed this bridge, and he used a specialist bridge building technique known as tangential radial trussing, which in essence means the bridge behind me here is comprised of only 3 wooden beams. There's no curvature in the bridge whatsoever. It's all straight lines. The aim of this design is that as you have more weight on top of the bridge itself becomes stronger as the next step.
वाह वाह वाह, क्या बात, that's amazing.
Mathematical. A lot of people like to say it's Newton's bridge, but it's true. It was.
ये इसको ब्रिज स्ट्रेट पीसेज नहीं है, कोई उसको काटा नहीं है, कोई कुछ नहीं है, उनको जब फिक्स करके उस ब्रिज को उसने बनाया है।
और कोई नट्स यूज़ नहीं हुए, कोई
कोई
किसी किस्म के औजार नहीं,
कोई
स्पेशल
nuts
टेक्निक इस्तेमाल की गई है।
विदाउट नट विदाउट कटिंग स्ट्रेट पीसेस लिए वुडन उसको ऐसे फिक्स किया है या मिक्स एंड मैच किया है कि वो ब्रिज है। और ये अराउंड कितने 100 ईयर्स से ये ब्रिज है और लोग इस पर ट्रैवल करते हैं बाइसाइकिल और इलेक्ट्रिक बाइक के साथ भी, और वो कायम है।
क्या बात
एक इस तरह का मेरिकल ब्रिज है डेफिनेटली।
But it's not true. Newton had already been dead for 20 years when the bridge was built, so there's no way he could have built it at all. It was hugely dead.
All the bridge
It's around, it's been rebuilt quite a few times, but it dates back to the 1700s, but it's been rebuilt, I think it's around 3 or 4 times since. So it's been taken down and rebuilt. King's College itself,
1700 सेंचुरी में उसको बनाया है।
यार आप इधर नहीं आए थे जरा?
Queen consort King Henry VI. The King and Queen of England in the 1400s. They founded King's and Queen's College. She was a very powerful and important lady throughout her lifetime. During the War of the Roses that I mentioned earlier, she actually led
मूसा शफी साहब भी हैं यहाँ पे, कल मिलने आए थे, उसके बाद इन्हें हमारा चेकआउट भी करवा दिया, अपने साथ भी ले आए हैं यहाँ पे,
important lady
और आज
throughout her
सुबह से
lifetime and all around us.
कल भी इनके साथ होंगे। और ये हमारे साथ कुछ और भी चलो भैया बंद में चल क्यों कर रहे थे?
और कहीं तो लाजमी चाहिए।
So approaching us on my right hand side here, we have
बस ठीक है, जब तक चलती है तब तक तो चले।
So quite literally, they would get the nicer bedrooms. The nicest bedrooms in the house, these ones on my right hand side here. To give you an idea, each of these 3 windows, 1, 2, 3 on each floor, that makes 1 bedroom for 1 person. So it's really, really big. Each of them also fitted originally with a grand piano in their bedroom as well. As I said, these were reserved only for the most intelligent King's College students.
गाइस आप लोग बात नोट कर रहे हैं? आवाज़ आ रही है मेरी? अगर आवाज़ आ रही है तो बताएं जरा, इंटरेस्टिंग ऑब्जर्वेशन शेयर करनी है। आवाज़ का जरा बताएं, आ रही है?
These bedrooms during the early 1900s, one of the most influential people of that century.
अच्छा,
Name was
सारे के सारे माशाल्लाह बोर्ड में बहुत एंजॉय कर रहे हैं, बड़े लाइवली बैठे हैं, सिवाय ये इन 2 बंदों के जो आपको नजर आ रहे हैं। ये अजीब ही कौम है वैसे बेचारे यार, एंजॉय नहीं करते, सेलिब्रेट नहीं करते।
and so by essentially inventing computer. He was the founder of computer science that started it all. Very influential, as I'm sure you guys will agree. He became this college's youngest ever professor when he was only 21 years old. And it's believed that his work in code breaking
फिजिक के हिसाब से अब लग रहा है कि ये नजम सेठी और नवाज शरीफ बैठे हुए हैं।
ये नजम सेठी और नवाज शरीफ की सेम इस फ्रेम में पिक्चर थी।
अभी लग रहा है कि नजम सेठी और नवाज शरीफ बैठे हुए। बस थोड़ी रहेगा नवाज शरीफ।
ये चेक क्या बात है क्या
मैंने मैं नवाज शरीफ कहीं भी है, देखें जरा 2 जुल्फे ही रह गई नवाज। ये है ना
So I didn't mention this white building actually on my right hand side here on our outward journey. This building is called the Gibbs Building, and a lot of people actually compare it to the White House in design. Specifically to the White House, or the first White House that burnt down in the 1800s. The one we have nowadays is slightly different to this one, but the first one that was built looks nearly identical. What's most interesting about the Gibbs Building is that it was actually built 20 years before the White House was ever built. And so many art historians, they actually believe that it was this building that the architects in Washington DC took inspiration from.
क्या बात है, वाशिंगटन डीसी जनाब इस बिल्डिंग को देख के बनाया गया, बिल्डिंग से इंस्पायर हो।
We don't know for sure. But,
न्यूटन का कॉलेज
It's King College. Newton studied here.
मशहूर न्यूटन कॉलेज
आपको पानी में भागा
chapel on my right hand side here. It was very important during the English Civil War. Oliver Cromwell was leading his army to try and kill the king. He housed a lot of the soldiers in the chapel while he was based in Cambridge. And to make the city harder to invade, he had every bridge in the city destroyed, apart from this one just ahead of us here.
ओए ओए।
वर्ल्ड वॉर में भी बहुत सारे सोल्जर्स यहाँ बना ली थी वर्ल्ड वॉर
कौन सी बिल्डिंग में, ये जो मीनारों वाली?
हाँ जी, वर्ल्ड वॉर में सारे बिल्डिंग्स डिस्ट्रॉय हो गई थी, लेकिन ये किंग्स कॉलेज सेफ रहा और सारे सोल्जर्स यहाँ आके अपने आप बना ली और सेफ थी यहाँ पे।
From the left, it actually
चला भाई भी आप यहाँ बना ले लें यार।
where you are. Second stone wall from the left.
अभी तो वर्ल्ड वॉर चल रही है, अभी डोमेस्टिक वॉर चल रही है।
सर्वाइवल की वॉर चल रही है अभी।
चलो मैंने डिसाइड किया अगर यूपी वाले हमें भेजेंगे तो हम बना लेंगे यहाँ पे।
Well, a lot of people think so, but it's actually not. So the story relates back to the person who designed this bridge. Now, the bridge builder at Clare College, he wasn't very good at his job. We actually think he liked to drink quite a lot while he was working as well. And we think he was drunk while he was making this bridge. We think that because when he came out to design the bridge, he measured how wide the river was from one side to the other, and he got that number wrong. Quite an important mistake to
नहीं
make.
सही है ना।
When the bridge was already halfway through India.
हाँ?
So he couldn't go up there.
बंद हो गया है? ये होने लगा है?